Hey guys, welcome back. It is a Vlogmas day 5 and today I wanted to make this unicorn bow clip hanger collector thing. So what I did was I just used the sketch pen feature on my Silhouette Cameo. If you don't know this little hack, these little markers from the Dollar Tree fit right into the Silhouette's blade holder, so I just used these to draw out my unicorn. I just wanted a stencil that was a little bit bigger than what my printer would print out. It's the only reason I did this. You could most certainly just use your printer and print out an image too, but I took this and I cut it out so I could then have a unicorn kind of stencil to copy and work with. After it was all cut out, I just took a pencil and I traced the whole unicorn image onto a piece of foam poster board that I got from Dollar Tree. And once that was traced onto my foam board, I just used a box cutter and a cutting board to cut that image out of the foam board. So I've cut this before. If you have seen my Polaroid photo prop video, I use this same foam board. It likes to be cut down, so I just move my board and cut down strokes all around the unicorn, and it kind of takes some time, so I cut it out once and then I had to go back through and like cut it again a little bit deeper, so you kind of have to play with it, but it's not too difficult to cut. Once I had the whole thing pretty well cut, I just kind of made these score marks so I could remove the unicorn from the foam board a little easier. You don't kind of want to like bend the unicorn at all. You really want to bend the pieces around the unicorn so you don't bend what you're working with. And like you'll see with this piece, I had to go back kind of just through the back and do some slices, and then I could peel those pieces out. Next, I just took some scissors and kind of trimmed everything up a little bit. The foam board has like paper on the front and paper on the bottom with the foam in the middle. So I just kind of trimmed off all of the pieces in the back of the unicorn where the paper was like really lifting. The foam was still there. It was just from cutting it, some of the paper kind of just peeled. So I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. I had a hard time deciding if I wanted to make this out of foam board or if I wanted to make it out of like a thin sheet of wood. I ended up going with foam board because it's for my 3-year-old and I figured we'd hang it in her room, and if it was made out of wood she would probably pull it down and the foam isn't gonna hurt her. And after I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, I went ahead and painted it with this purple color. I found this whole little kit at the Dollar Tree. It had this tray and this foam roller and a brush and a pair of gloves. The weird thing about the roller is that the metal part that goes inside of the foam roller doesn't go all the way to the end of the roller. So it's kind of annoying because you can only really push down part of the foam roller. So I get a foam brush and paint the sides with that. And I let it dry and I make sure to put a second coat on it after it all dries. I found this yarn 2 for $3 at Michael's, so I'm just kind of trying to like see how long I want the yarn to go down for the hair. So the yarn itself is rainbow. I've also seen people get all of the rainbow colors and cut them so it's like a rainbow hair, but I was not about that life. So I found this yarn that changed colors and decided to use that. So I cut 2 and then I was like, hold up, if I just wrap it around the foam board a bunch of times, I'll get lots and lots of strings. So I tape a piece to the foam board and just start wrapping it. I make this look really awkward because I'm trying to do it under the tripod to show you guys, but it's really not as hard as I'm making it look. I do it a couple times for the camera and then I just turn the camera off so I could have more space to just wrap that yarn around a bunch of times. There we go! So now I'm just using the worst pair of scissors for this to try and cut the yarn, and then I come to my senses and get a better pair of scissors and I cut all of the yarn off, and then I'm gonna fold that big long string of yarn in half and cut it again so I have double the amount of strands for my unicorn's mane. Now that I have all of this unicorn hair, I'm just kind of spreading it out over the back of the unicorn to see kind of how it lays best. So I decided to just take a piece of tape and collect them all together so it was easier to kind of place them on the back of the unicorn. So I just kind of like line it up and see how it hangs. And then I keep that tape down and use it to help me just hot glue all of those strands on the back of my unicorn. So I end up just kind of like lifting the tape and hot gluing like everything underneath of it. And then after it is all kind of glued down, I just really carefully pull my tape off of the mane, and if any strands just kind of popped up, I went back with my hot glue and glued them down again and just pulled the tape off of all of the unicorn hair. After it was all glued down, I could just flip her over and see how her hair would just hang over. So we can clip all of her like bows and hair clips all into her hair. So I just kind of like straighten it out with my fingers and I'm good to go. I made like a small little clump for the front of her hair too, and then I decided that I kind of liked that more than I thought. So I added even more hair unicorn bangs because, you know, why not? Bangs are fabulous. And then you could take a gold Sharpie or a marker or really anything. I cut these out with my silhouette and just kind of added some gold details to my unicorn, like her her horn, and an eyelash. This was a lot more complicated than I anticipated it being because I really needed to decide how she was gonna hang and where to put her little eyelashes. So once I figured that out, I just pressed that in and it stuck really nicely to the painted foam board, and there we have it, a cute little unicorn. She's all set. So I hung her up in Ayla's room with some command strips, and I think the purple looks really good up against her pink walls. And I added more hair clips. I put like a little braid in the unicorn's hair with a bow at the bottom, and there you go, you can see it with more of her clips. Girl is seriously lacking some hair bows, but Santa's gonna bring us some. So thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, you can find more from us here. We're doing Vlogmas and Craftmas all December long, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a great big like. Thanks so much for watching, guys.